Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kat. So hair is a bit of a mess right now because I just got out of the shower, so it's kind of crazy. But for today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a book haul. I'm super excited. I love filming book haul videos. I just love going through all the books that I've recently bought. Most of these books are used. I purchased them from an online thrift bookstore called Books. I'll leave the link below. I go there like all the time. I purchase most of my books from there, and usually you get some pretty good used books in pretty good decent condition for a really good price. I have not bought books for myself in such a long time, so for me buying books is kind of therapeutic. It's kind of like a form of self-care. That's the way I'll see it. So let's get right into it. The first series I have is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. This is by Laini Taylor. These books don't have a dust jacket because when I received them, one of the books did not have a dust jacket, so I decided to just take the dust jackets off of the other two books, and so that way they can look the same. I kind of like it looking like this too. I wasn't too attached to the dust jackets. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what this book is about. I just know it's a pretty popular, well-known YA trilogy. It's one of Laini Taylor's most well-known series, and I'm really excited to get into it because I have heard good things about it. I kind of want to go into it not knowing much. I feel like when I have no expectations and I don't know much, I tend to have a better reading experience. Also, this would be my first books of Laini Taylor that I'm reading, and I'm really excited because I hear great things about her writing style, and I'm a sucker for good writing. I just want to explore more of Laini Taylor's writing and her works, so I'm excited to eventually get to this series. In this series, we have the first book, Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, Dreams of Gods and Monsters. And I believe it's a short story collection called Night of Cake and Puppets, and it's really just such a pretty cover, and I love the colors. So yeah, those are all the books in this series. Another well-known duology is the Strange the Dreamer duology. We have Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares. These are also, I think, Laini Taylor's most popular works, or whatever. They're so well known in the booktube community. I know so many people love this. I haven't heard a single bad review, negative review, or even mixed review about this series. I've only read and heard glowing reviews about this duology, so I'm excited to get into this. Again, I don't know what this duology is about, and I'm just gonna go in without knowing. I'm just gonna go in without knowing what it's about and enjoy this experience. I heard that Laini Taylor's writing really flourishes a lot in this duology, so can't wait till I get to this one too. The next book I have is Feels Like Falling, and this is by Christy Whitson Harvey. This book is about Gray, who's going through a lot of personal struggles, like losing her mom, her husband's cheating, and her sister, I think, is going through something. Basically, Gray is going through a lot of struggle. She accidentally gets another character, Diana, fired from her job. Diana is also going through her own struggles, like breaking up with her boyfriend and other things. I believe that they eventually learn to kind of help each other out, and I think there's a lot of like love and friendship stuff and like sisterhood, bonding type of themes that happens in this book. This is totally random. I don't know why I actually bought this. It's so random, but I think I just kind of like the cover. It's very beachy, but also, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have no idea why I bought this book. Nonetheless, I bought it, so I'm gonna read it, so we'll see how it goes. The next book I have is I've Got Your Number. This is by Sophie Kinsella. This is my second Sophie Kinsella book. I'm really excited to get to this because I read her other work called The Undomestic Goddess, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that book, and I heard this is one of her well-known books as well, and so I'm excited to get to this one. This book follows Poppy, who is about to marry her fiance, but she loses the engagement ring She tries to go look for the engagement ring, can't find it, but she finds someone's phone instead. But the phone belongs to another character named Sam, and he's a businessman, and he doesn't like the fact that she has his phone and is looking through his like private messages and whatnot. So this is, I think, kind of like a hate to love romance, so I'm really excited to get to this book. It's crazy because when I was flipping through it, the text in this book, the text is so huge. Like, I don't know if you can really tell, but the text size, the font size is so huge. So I was like, wow, it's just been such a long time since I've seen font size that big in a book. Last time I've seen font size that big is when I was young reading kids' books. So, yeah, that's totally random. But yeah, the font size is huge. The next two books I got are by a very well-known author, Sarah Dessen. Those books are Just Listen and Lock and Key. Sarah Dessen is such a well-known author within the literary community, and I think the young adults, because I think a lot of her writing is young adult fiction. I remember when I was super young, a lot of the girls in my classes would pick up Sarah Dessen books, but I never gravitated towards them until now. I'm pretty sure my experience reading this as a 20-year-old is completely different than if I were to read this as like a 14, 16-year-old. So I'm sure there are things that I'm gonna think are very childish, but nonetheless, I want to give Sarah Dessen a try and just read these books and see how it goes. So the next is a 14-book series that I got off of Amazon. It's called Skullduggery Pleasant. Books 1 through 9 came in this box set, and books 10 through 14 are all individual. And I believe the 15th and final book is coming out next year. I'll eventually add that to my collection too. The Skullduggery Pleasant is basically about a very young detective named Valkyrie and like her mentor Skullduggery, and basically they're going on these like little mysteries and adventures where they're stopping evil forces that are coming into the world, and I believe at the same time there's something evil growing in Valkyrie that she has to fight as well. Skullduggery Pleasant is also literally a skeleton dressed in a suit with a hat. He has like the whole getup, and I think that's so cool. Skullduggery Pleasant is a series that I've been wanting to get my hands on for such a long time, and I was going back and forth. Do I want to read another like 14, 15 book series? Because that's a lot. But I thought about it and I really wanted to, so I decided to just purchase the 14 books now, and then of course eventually when the 15th book comes out, I'll get that too. I won't go through each and every title because there's just so many books in the series. I've heard only great things about this book series, like all the reviews, everything. I've only heard amazing things, and I believe Leanne from Leanne's Library, she also read, I think, the first few books of the series. I'm not sure if she's completed the series or not. She loves it so much, and just kind of seeing her passion for the books made me want to also purchase and experience it too. I'm super excited to get to the series eventually. I don't care when I read it. It doesn't have to be like in the month of October or whatever. Like I'll read this like at any time of the year. I just can't wait till I get to it. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking it through so far in my video. I hope that you guys are having a great reading year so far. This year has been a bit of a struggle for me in terms of reading because I fell into a huge slump and did not want to pick up any books. If you've read any of these books, please let me know your thoughts on it. If there's any of these books that you want to try, please let me know which ones you're interested in. But other than that, hope you guys are having a wonderful morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Please be safe, please take care of each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye.